Hello there! Today we finally have the Chinese New Year events. Obviously, the whole patch notice here, I kinda did another video on it, so I'm not gonna go over it again. But as a quick update, obviously we're getting we're getting 4 new Chinese ships. One of them is SR, the rest are Elite. We're getting 2 new retrofits. Some of the ships are being added to the permanent pool. Obviously, a bunch of new skins, some reruns, and we are also getting some dual form skin, which is pretty cool. Basically, it's skins that contain 2 different dynamic or live 2D forms, and you can change between the 2 by clicking the switch button. So, for example, here we have this dual form for Chen Wo, which is the new character. To be honest, I really like how she looks at base, because she's absolutely beautiful. But we do have this dual form. Essentially, you have her like this, and if you switch, you'll be able to see her like that, which, I mean, I can see why you would want to do that. That's overall pretty cool. I don't know if both of them are L2D, or if one is L2D and the other one is dynamic. I don't know, but that's a lot of freaking cake. That's not a cake, that's that's not a bakery, that's the entire industry of baking. So yeah, that's certainly something that we get now. And yeah, so we obviously have all the information. I did my pulls. It took me about 50 cubes to get everyone. So I got Chen Wo, I got Shang Fang, I got Hayong. So this girl here, that girl there, and Hayong here. And obviously Fupo, you actually unlock her right away as one of the day 1 event rewards, which is very, very cool. Don't forget that there is a event here, which is an invitation. I know some people actually missed the previous invitation. So here, just by doing a few things, getting some rewards from missions, you'll be able to get a New Year's invitation for the Chinese New Year, the Lunar New Year, and you'll be able to get one of those 5 characters. And obviously, amongst those 5, you do have Huasha, which is getting a new retrofit, so if you don't have her, that's a good opportunity to pick her. So yeah, there we go. Do you have a recommendation for a new skin? Let's see. This is a bit too lewd for just like a small girl, so this is not for me. I'm not into feet either. I think this one is very adorable. She's a little bit pudgy, it's adorable. She looks a little bit pudgy, it's adorable. Oh my god, this is so cute. Not my favorite. I just think it's a bit adorable. She's a bit pudgy. I like it. This one is cute. Oh, you see her in the background. Okay, just because you see the other 2 in the background being silly Billy, I think this one is actually top tier. Oh. Oh, that breast skin is beautiful. Holy crap. You know what? I think in terms of recommendation, I'll just say Chen Wo, because it's literally the first. It is literally the first dual skin that we're ever getting. And I feel like this is definitely worth trying. And I mean, she's beautiful. Although I really like her base skin, so I'm not sure. Looking at skin for Kirsarg. Eh. Oh, this skin. Jesus Christ. Okay, I didn't see it was such see-through. I think my favorite here is actually this one, probably. Oh, it's L2D too. I would say this one is so beautiful, like holy crap. In terms of cuteness, this one, hands down. In terms of... Okay, no, this one is just a normal one. This one is L2D. So in terms of cuteness, this one. In terms of sexiness, probably this one. I like it a lot. Like the... This is Rouge. Very nice. Jean Bart skin as yet released. There will be second patch? Yeah, probably. We'll look for them. Like, for now, I would say, if you look for sexiness, this one it's my peak, because I think she looks absolutely beautiful. In terms of cuteness, this one is great. You also see the other 2 in the background, which is very, very cute. So there we go. This one, obviously, if you want the big cake, that's great. I think the only thing is that, personally, I think I love her base skin so much. Because I loved, like, the web thing. So yeah, there we go. That's my thoughts. Now, after all of that being said, we do have the new kit for all the characters. We're going to go over it very quickly, see if there's anything good here. So first and foremost, we do have Chen Wo. She's the only SR, Dragon Emperor, heavy cruiser. Even though she's a heavy cruiser, everything is from the light construction pool. Alright, let's see. 4200 HP. I'm gonna look at 120 because most people are not gonna go higher than 120. So 4100 HP, 145, 257, 115 anti-air, 156, 73. Alright, I don't know. Not much to really write home about here. Okay, so efficiency 120% for CA main guns, 100% for CL main guns, max 2. Okay, torpedoes 80%. Okay. At least she does have a preload torpedo, which is pretty nice, I suppose. That's pretty good. I feel like those efficiency are really low. I feel like this is very low. Am I crazy? I feel like this is pretty low. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm not too used. I feel like recently I haven't had that much look on like new heavy cruisers, so also nah, probably not. Alright, let's see what she actually does. Let's look at the skills. I'm not very good at like understanding stat and stuff, but skills I can get skills probably. Alright, insurmountable seamstress. Increase the ship's firepower and accuracy by 15%. It's always nice to have unconditional stat buff. Once per battle, when the ship sinks an enemy, increase the ship's speed by 10 until the battle ends. Okay. She does have to sink a ship, but she does get 10 speed. Every 4 times the ships fire a secondary weapon. Okay. Increase the ship damage dealt by 4%, which can stack up to 3 times. So she can get up to 12% damage increase. And fires a level 10 special barrage. Enemies hit by this barrage take 8% increased damage from Dragon Emperor ships for 10 seconds. Ooh! Ooh! So she buffs all the Dragon Emperor damage outputs against enemies when she fires that barrage. That said, the special barrage is only fired every 4 times that she fires a secondary weapon. But 4 times is not a lot, so I feel like this is you can probably expect that a lot. How are you? I'm from Venezuela. This is the first time I'm writing here because I still don't know much English since I'm just learning basic. I have to use translate to tell this, but I like your live shows. Hex from Venezuela. Oh, thank you so much! Welcome, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. Alright, I would say this skill is pretty good. 10 seconds is also a pretty long duration. So, depending on like which secondary weapons you can get, and this is like CL main guns, I feel like you can get a pretty good uptime on this enemy damage amplification. So that could be pretty good for your Dragon Emperor fleet if you want to go for that. Alright, moving on. Dress for success. When the battle starts, decrease the ship torpedo damage taken by 20% and increase the evasion by 20%. And deploy a barrier lasting 15 seconds that can negate damage equal to 5% of the ship's max HP. Okay, so she basically has 20... She takes 20% less damage from torpedo and 20% increased evasion. So again, unconditional stat increase, which is pretty good. And on top of that, she gets a decent barrier that will negate 5% of her max HP, which at a base of 4100 is basically equal to, you know, about 200 damage, I would say. Is that how math works? I think this is how math works. So that's okay. Once per battle, when the ship's HP falls below 50% as a result of damage taken, increase the ship's evasion rate by 10%. Man! So she gets an additional 10% evasion rate and deploys a barrier lasting 15 seconds that can negate damage equal to 15%. So in total, she gets 20% damage reduction against torpedo, 30% evasion when she is below 50% HP, and 20% total max HP negation. That's pretty good. Once per ship per battle, when the HP of any other ship in your vanguard drops below 50% as a result of damage taken, grant that ship 2 shield lasting 15 seconds that can negate up to 10 enemy shells. That's good. If a Dragon Emperor ship gains this shield, decrease the ship and the ship's damage taken by 10%. So if it's a Dragon Emperor, she gets an additional damage mitigation of 10% and also gives it to them until the end of the battle. Holy! This damage decreasing effect does not stack on this ship, which implies it stacks on that ship, aka the targeted ships. Dang, she has a lot of tankiness here. Holy crap, okay. A lot of tankiness. So she takes less torpedo damage, she has a lot of evasion and damage mitigation from the shield she gets. So every 6 times she fires a main gun, she has a all-out assault. I think overall this is a pretty good ship, especially for Dragon Emperor fleets, right? Or at least Dragon Emperor Vanguard. And I mean, Dragon Emperor, we do get a lot of you know, retrofits for the destroyers, and it makes them pretty good. So I could see her being a pretty strong Dragon Emperor buffer for your Vanguard, to keep them safe, essentially, right? Because I think they tend to be pretty squishy, so this is really nice. I kind of like her, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't expect her for some reason to be so tanky, considering she's a seamstress, but I get like the seamstress, like you craft a very resilient armor, I suppose. Do you agree with the Lucky Box? I think in terms of value, Lucky Box are pretty nice. So sure, go ahead. If you like all the skins and you wouldn't be upset about getting any of them, I would go for it. Alright, moving on. So I kind of like Chen Wo, and to me, she has the best design of the events. It's this girl right here. She looks devious. To me, she looks like the man, she looks so good. She just looks pure, like incredibly good. Alright, moving on. The next one is gonna be, we're gonna have a look at Hayong. This girl right here. Very cute. She has a skin as well, obviously. And yeah, I really like her style, actually. Alright, let's see what she does. Alright, Hayong. So, she's an elite light cruiser from the Dragon Emperor. 100%, 90, 80. Not really a lot to write home about. She does have main gun mount +1, which is nice. Alright. Emergency measures. Increase the ship firepower and reload by 15%. Okay, there we go. Unconditional stat buff. Every 15 seconds, 70% chance to fire a level 10 special barrage. That decreases speed of enemies hit by 20% for 8 seconds. So, 20% speed decrease is a bit weak, but 8 seconds is a pretty long duration. So I think this is decent. And we always take like 15% firepower and reload is good. Increase the ship speed by 8, aviation and anti-air by 20%. Great, again. Man, all the ships are getting a shit ton of stats for free. Just unconditional stat increase. Once per battle when the ship's HP falls below 75% of the result damage taken, restore 5% of your Vanguard's max HP. Your Vanguard's max HP. So she heals the entire Vanguard. So we're getting another ship that works very, very well for the Vanguard. Her paired with, obviously, Chen Wo means a lot of survivability for your Vanguard, the fleet of the Vanguard of your fleet, which is great. Okay, so she has a slow, obviously it's only 70% chance. I don't really like the randomness. But yeah, it looks pretty decent for an elite, I would say. She has a all-out assault every 12 times she fires a main gun. Okay, overall, I say that's pretty okay for an elite ship, for sure. She has a lot of stat increase. For light cruiser, yeah, she seems okay, I would say. She seems decent, especially if you're into, you know, your Dragon Emperor ship. I think overall they look very good. And because she's elite, maybe we could expect a retrofit in the future. I don't know if they do retrofit for anything else than yeah, Waja was like cruiser, so they do. So maybe we can expect a retrofit in the future that is gonna make it even better. Who knows? Moving on, Shang Fang. So Shang Fang is this girl here, the little maid. She has a great skin when we even see the others in the background, which I think is very adorable. And she looks like a little maid, and she's very cute, so there we go. Alright, let's have a look-see. Shang Fang, what does she do? Destroyer from the Dragon Emperor, very squishy. Efficiency, 135, 140, 105. She has preloaded torpedo +1. Okay, okay. Alright, strict and rigorous. Increase the ship torpedo by 20%. If there is another Dragon Emperor ship in the same fleet, increase the ship damage dealt by 10%. Okay, pretty good. I mean, I feel like if you're playing Dragon Emperor, they're probably not going to be alone. You're probably going to have a nice fleet. So here, obviously, if you want to get a Vanguard of Chen Wo, Hayong, and Shang Fang together, that's going to work very well. Every 20 seconds fires a level 10 special barrage. Increase the ship crit rate by 10% for 10 seconds. Nice crit rate, we appreciate that. And deploy your shield lasting 10 seconds for other Shang Fang class destroyers, blocking up to 6 enemy shells but decreasing the shielded ship's speed by 1. So that means you want her in a fleet with multiple destroyers of her class. Which is Shang Fang. But here it says class Fei Yuan. So Shang Fang and Fu Po. Which Fu Po is the new one. Okay, interesting. Moving on. Decreasing the shielded ship's speed by 1. 1 doesn't seem like a lot, so I wonder if this is something due to like IRL stuff. Anyway, moving on. Decreases spring cleaning. Decreases Dragon Emperor ship damage taken by 5% and shortens the burn duration inflicted on them by 2 seconds. Okay, that's pretty nice. If a ship in your vanguard is burning, cleanses normal burn element from all ship in your vanguard, launches a level 10 special barrage, and increases the luck of all ships in your vanguard by 10 for 9 seconds. This effect has a 15-second cooldown. Okay, that could be pretty good in certain circumstances. This is very specific, but I could see this being useful sometimes. Alright, all assault, every 10 times the main guns are fired. Okay, not really a lot to write home about. Don't really know what to think about this one, to be honest. But interesting. I think the problem is that she'll basically... The second part here of the shield, this only works for her and Hu Po. So maybe once they get retrofit, both of them, this could be good in the future. But I mean, I think it's not a big deal if you don't even use this part of the ability. But yeah, whatever. Moving on to Fu Po. So Fu Po is the other of the same class, and this is the one you get for free. She is kind of a... She looks like a mischievous, pudgy, little silly Billy. I love her little expression. She knows she's gone and goofed up. So there we go. Alright, what does she do? Alright. Destroyer, obviously, very squishy, pretty much similar to the other one. 135, 140, 105. I think... Is that exactly 135, 140, 105? It's exactly the same one. Okay, interesting. She also has preloaded torpedoes. Fupo's quote-unquote masterstroke increases the ship torpedo by 10%. Every 20 seconds, 70% chance to fire a level 10 special barrage. If there is another Dragon Emperor ship in your fleet, the barrage activity chance increases to 100%. Okay, so she is not... As long as you have Dragon Emperor, she's guaranteed to fire that special barrage every 20 seconds, which is nice. When this barrage fires, select one random enemy and applies one of the following debuffs to them, lasting 8 seconds. Either decrease firepower and torpedo by 10%, or decrease AA and evasion by 10%, or inflict a special armor break. So the randomness is kind of whatever. The duration being 8 seconds on a 20-second cooldown is... So you have less than 50% essentially uptime. But that could be good against like some bosses and stuff like that, especially for the armor break if it does proc, and overall like the stat debuff is pretty nice. Blast off into the future. When the battle starts, lights a firecracker. 15 seconds after this, there is a 70% chance to set off a Bian Pao. The Bian Pao inflicts a special burn element to your vanguard for 8 seconds. Ships with this burn have the crit rate increased by 10% and take 1 damage every 50 seconds. Okay, so that's interesting. Especially considering that Chen Fang is going to remove the burn element. Shortens the burn duration. Ah no, she only cleans noble. She only cleans noble burn ailments, so she will not cleanse this one. Okay. So I guess the idea is that you set burn on your own vanguard, but you also make sure that Shang Fang is able to remove a second instant of dot if you do get a normal burn. So that's an interesting synergy. They're definitely meant to be played together. So this one is like the chaotic girl, and this one is like cleaning up the mess. Okay. Okay. Moving on. All out assault every 10 times mangas are fired. Okay, so yeah, I'm not too sure what to think of Fu Po and Shang Fang. I think they might be fun to use every now and then together, but I think they're probably gonna be a little bit underwhelming, especially if you have to send them together. I feel like the value they give to that team, I feel like they don't give that much support to their team, or good enough support to warrant putting them together in a team. Because like, let's say you put them together, you can't even have Hayong. So I think getting Chen Wo, Hayong together and then having like another destroyer is probably gonna be better. Alright, moving on. We now have the retrofit for Fu Shun. We don't have the picture yet, which is fine. Alright, so retrofit. So the Rescue Assault is increased old main gun crit rate by 20%. And now with the retrofits, the 20% stay the same, but this is main gun and missiles, and increases shield firepower, torpedo, and reload by 12%. Okay, pretty good. And it replaces her assault. So, the assault is over here. Activate all-out assault 3, Anshan class once every 16 times the main guns are fired. So this replaces it. Essentially, the assault is going to be stronger, but it takes longer to actually proc because it's 16 times instead of the 15 and 10 once maxed out. So that's definitely something. Now, in terms of efficiency, we can see here that obviously, because of the guided missiles, it drops from 155 to 100. Well, the main gun, but we do get the missiles on retrofit here, which goes to 150. Anti-air gun stays the same. DD main gun goes from 1 to 2. A torpedo goes for 2 torpedo to 1 missiles. Okay, interesting. So now for the last skill, jrpgs flame binds. jrpgs flame binds. Provide 1 missile straight charge, decrease the ship's burn damage taken by 80% and decrease the duration of burn by 3 seconds. Every 15 seconds, fire level 10 special barrage that inflicts a special burn ailment to enemies, causing them to take 102 damage per second for 15. Damn, that's a lot of burn. Holy crap, that's a lot of burn. Okay. Okay, interesting. Interesting indeed. Okay. What does she get here? 45 HP, 5 torpedo, gun efficiency, 10 firepower, 75 HP. Well, I mean, more than that. 45, 75, so that's like 80, 120. 15 evasion, 15 torpedoes, 30 torpedoes, 10 main gun efficiency, 20, 30 firepower, and then she becomes a guided missile. Okay, interesting. Swap ship type between Vanguard and main fleet. What? Wait, are DDG's main fleet? Wait, what? Oh, you can just freely switch between the two? I had no idea, that's crazy. Okay. Interesting. I think this is pretty good. Like, the amount of self-buff she has here. Yeah, I had no idea you could switch between the two. That's pretty fun. So this is pretty good. The amount of self-buff she has is bananas with this one here. But, dude, firepower, torpedo, and reload by 12% on top of, like, the crit rate. That's pretty good. The burn is a lot. We'd have to see how the All-Out Assault 3 engine class looks like to really see how strong it is. But very, very interested in this. And finally, Huajan here. They haven't added the picture either. Very tanky. Man, look at how tanky she is. Holy crap. She's a light aircraft carrier of 5,000 HP upon retrofit. Alright, so 150 seaplanes and fighters with retrofits. She has 3 of them. She has 3 150 either seaplanes, dive bomber, retrofit fighters, torpedo bombers. Anti-air gun goes to 100%. Okay, so 3, 3, 1. There's no new additional planes. She gets 60 HP, 5 reload, anti-air gun efficiency. Okay. 10 aviation, 15 anti-air, 150 HP, 15 reload, 10% anti-air, 25 aviation, 35 anti-air, and you also get the intoxicating beauty skill that you unlock here. Alright, so she only gets 1 new skill, she doesn't get any other upgrades here. Let's see what it does. Intoxicating beauty, if there is another CV, CVL, or Dragon Emperor ship in the same fleet. This is great because this means that she can be played outside of Dragon Emperor fleets. Because just another CV or CVL, which is not hard to do, means that she gets this activation. Increase the efficiency of the ship's first and second gear slot by 10%. Ooh, so she becomes 160, 160 here. Okay. 10 seconds after the battle starts and 5 seconds after the ship readies an airstrike, Launches a level 10 special airstrike damage is based on skill, blah blah. That reduces the speed of enemies hit by 20% for 10 seconds. Again, 20 seconds is not a lot, but the duration is pretty good, which is gonna be 10 seconds, right? And I feel like the uptime for this can be pretty good, especially if you equip her with fast planes. So I would say that overall, this is pretty nice. I like this. She gets a nice self-buff and some utility with a special airstrike, which is very cool. So I think this looks good. We'll have to see the airstrike itself, how it is. But I could see this being pretty nice, and I think she looks very pretty, especially with the retrofit. We don't have the picture here, but she looks great. So overall, I would say I think the two retrofits are pretty cool, pretty interesting. I think Shang Fang and Fu Po have fun synergies, but I think they're gonna be underwhelming. And Chen Wo seem pretty good. And I think Hayong is nice, but I feel like she's gotta be... I feel like you're unlikely to use her unless she gets a retrofit in the future. So there we go. I really like Chen Wo, and I like the new retrofits. That's my thought on it. Let me know what you guys think. Are you gonna be building them? Are you gonna be using them? Are you a Dragon Empire enjoyer? Sorry. And yeah, I mean, cheers.